Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Vampyr. Vampyr. Yeah, I know. You guys love this game. I love it too. It's absolutely amazing. I'm sorry about my, previous episodes were a bit dull, but yeah, I played the game non-stop and I recorded over and over and over again, just in one night. It was absolutely fun and amazing. But yeah, today I'm kind of rested and I can comment back on everything that I actually want to comment. And I should have done it earlier, I know. Like I said, it's probably been a little bit dull and all that stuff. But we are back with Jonathan Reed. Alright, so what we did, we basically upgraded our health. We got some new abilities. We got an ultimate ability, which is absolutely amazing, which is 5 actually. It basically just smashes a dude from shadows, spike from his ass, something like that. Yeah, we'll see. I haven't tested out. Just level it up. Also, what I wanted to say is basically what happened when I ended the recording. I accidentally pressed enter to continue the story, and I saw that there's been reports for the missing cases that we've killed, the people that we killed, and now the people.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Yeah, and now the people of the city, of the section that the people that are missing, the small family that we killed. Wait, which one was it? I think, yeah, these two, the Palmers. Basically, this section of the city would be a bit more alerted, and also I figured out how to actually, treat these guys and make them better, so we can get more XP of their blood if we are supposed to kill them or something like that. Which actually brings me to the idea that I have to craft. Okay, so this bronchitis, I don't know how to pronounce this. Cold. So anemia. Let's go for this one, and let's see what other stuff people may have that we may actually want to fatigue. The young fella, and then we gotta go talk to the good doctor over there. Yeah, Swanson, Dr. Swanson. Just want to try and cure the young fella. I don't know if it's gonna do anything to the storyline or how this thing with him is gonna progress or whatever. But actually, he's here.
I will not let waste your time with me.
Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick.
I'm okay.
No, you're not. But I can treat you. So.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid.
You are not a burden, sir.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Okay, so. Okay, your life and role, personal question. I can't ask him anything else. I've asked him. Oh. Yeah, I've asked him that.
I have to go.
I'm alright.
Alright, so by my calculations, there you go. Now he's better, recovering. That means it'll probably take some time. Everybody else is kind of fine. Best part is we can see the results later, and I think there's gonna be some major, she's healthy, everybody's healthy, like, everybody's good. Alright, let's talk to her. I think we...
Good evening, Miss Hub.
I need blood, Doctor.
Nope, nothing else. Nothing else to talk about. Alright, let's go talk to Dr. Swanson. Okay. Dr. Swanson. Tell Swanson about Mrs. Blood.
Evening, Edgar.
Please speak. But I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
Sorry. I know that's the blood.
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stove, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here, but it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
Yep, sorry. It's too dangerous. I have thought about it. May turn London into my realm. It's too dangerous.
But the risk of infection using vampire blood could compound the situation.
I know, but your blood now carries remarkable regenerative properties. With our minds and your blood, there's nothing we couldn't cure.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Well, of course you do.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
Yeah, no.
My sister.
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
Yeah. Well accepted. Alright, so I guess chapter 3, the eye was in the tomb. Alright, so we gotta do it. I guess we gotta go to the cemetery. Yeah, attend Mary's funeral. But we still have a lot of other quests that we can actually track down. I don't know why. I don't know how to actually make quest. How to switch quests? That's my other problem right now. Succeeded. Yeah, we've succeeded all of these actually, which is pretty good. Great hunt. What I wanted to do is go back to the. Is there something here? Sorry. I wanted to go back to the place where I started everything. Was it here? Well, I don't remember. I think it was this place. Yeah, that was the place. Which means it's right that. But sorry. What happened? Never mind. I think this is the place. I don't. Well, no. Was it? This is the docks. Is it the docks? Hospital. Nope. What are you doing, dude? The docks. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the docks. Just want to check on something there. Trying to put a marker right there. Alright, let's go to the docks.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral.
Murdered.
Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
Yeah, we know about it. I don't know if this is the. Oh. Oh, shoot, damn. That's a lot of damage on the face of this guy. Anything curious? I kind of want to explore and meet all the people, then we can, you know, happily play the game. Oh, shillings. Shillings! Give me the ice shillings, sir. No, I actually want to go to the docks up there. Wait, can I go up there? Ah, maybe? Yes, no? Yep. Is that the docks? I think it is. Might be. Yeah, it is. Still doesn't make much sense to me how these vampires walk the street and all that stuff, but none of them actually can, you know, attack the people here and there. So what do we got here? I love the music though. Ooh, I got a letter. Oh, Frank, how are you? Oh, my friend. Stuff. Digby. I love the name though, Digby. Kind of reminds me of Bigby from The Wolf Among Us, which I've heard actually has a.
Perhaps we should have listened.
Sir, is that? Jesus, the loading. Which is, like I said, The Wolf Among Us is a pretty good game. I don't know if you guys played it or not, but it's gonna have a sequel.
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby.
Digby.
Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
Ooh, I kind of like it. Wait, need 4. Damn it.
Are you some kind of vigilante patrolling these streets at night?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect that.
So, tell me about your gang, then.
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The Wet Boot Boys work for me. All of them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
I see.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Okay. Personal question.
I know you're looking for an honest job, Booth. You're tired of this criminal life, aren't you?
It's just an idea. Edwina loves to run things so much. You can never really leave the gang. Wet boys for life, you know?
Wet boys for life. That's like bad boys for life.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
Alright, so we got this guy. We got anybody else here?
There's nothing to do with the wet boys.
Edwina Cox. Why is she Cox?
Good evening, miss. I am Dr. Reed. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I don't have any money for you leeches.
I'm not here for charity, Miss...
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then? Fancy buying something from me, maybe?
Maybe, but first let me see who you are.
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
You're quite blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
Aye.
I'm not interested in a career in the criminal underworld, Miss Cox.
Fair enough. Stay away from us then, if you don't want to get hurt or worse.
Since my return from the war, I don't feel that concerned by threats, knives, or even bullets, if you must know.
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words every time.
That's actually interesting.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
Really? Don't you think that's a little bit excessive?
Bastards, all of them. This region only responds to violence and threats.
You sound like you're thinking of somebody in particular.
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That is a new low.
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
Actually, not a bad idea. Okay, new investigation. Gold diggers. Oh.
You still use your husband's name, Edwina. Why is that?
Why shouldn't I? He may be a bloody bastard, but I'm still his wife and his name means something round here.
Are you aware of what happened to him?
Yes. I'm sure he fought till the end and looked death in the eyes. The boys will mourn him. Except one of them, maybe.
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
Behind all your crude words and your attitude, I sense romance and a soft heart, Miss Cox.
Romance? I have no time for such rubbish. I use Booth like I use everyone else.
Hint failed. Oh shit. Really?
Booth,
What is it?
Behind-
Romance.
tell me.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution.
Oh, you can actually fail
There's
then.
nothing else.
What happened exactly?
What happened?
I don't know and I don't care. One of ours was killed by that communist bastard, but he didn't brag for long.
So you have no idea what really happened, but you executed him anyway.
No one messes with the Wet Boot Boys, Doctor. This is our territory and this is our law.
And your conscience is clear. You kill without hesitation. So you decide who lives and who dies, just like that.
Yes, Doctor. Just like that. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm saying it's my way of dealing with troublemakers.
Fair enough.
Can I
Let's
see?
As long as you...
see what she has to trade. What can we sell? Oh, we can sell these things actually. Hey, bye. Is that my gun? Yeah, that's my revolver. What else can I sell? I got a lot of junk. Oh, this is basically junk to sell. I see. Bracelet. Large box of pills, average value, this kind of can be. Oh shoot, can be recycled into components. Low resolve value, this item can be recycled into components. More components. Wedding ring, clay cox. Simple but valuable wedding ring that belonged to clay cox. Okay, so these that can be recycled for components. Can I not give...
Good evening.
Hello.
Never mind.
Goodbye.
Okay, so I want to go up to the guy again. I want to ask him something.
You,
Yeah, me again. Can you imagine?
Tell me about the man you killed, Booth.
one of us had been killed, so we had to retaliate. That's the whole story.
There has to be more to it than that.
No, really, one of us got killed, so the killer had to die. That's how things have always been done round here. No one gives.
Someone will kill you? You are wrong.
Are you...
Have you looked around recently? Do you?
Alright.
Goodbye.
Alright, so we found as much as we can about these two. For now. There's gonna be more. I actually gotta go up to the safe house. It's the hideout, sorry. What do we got? Bing, bom, bing, bom, bom, bom. Oh, there you go, recycle. Ooh, I like that. now basically you can craft a bunch of shit. Let's take each and every one of these. What's that? Regenerate 60 blood points instantly. I can actually use. Alright, we don't have anything else to get from here. Well, we got a bunch of materials. So. Can I actually use drop on them? Maybe not. Alright, so I don't see anybody else. Let's see what's what.
Far away from this place as I can.
Okay, you sir got fatigue.
Good evening.
What? Don't take.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
Alright, personal question. How about we...
Inebriation.
Yes.
Take this.
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to stop. The only remedy I can afford.
Surely you must have had dreams and expectations when you were...
Sure.
No. Do you...
No.
Got a hint on him.
I want to know more about your past as an anarchist, Dyson.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor. Make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades.
Do you still see your comrades, then?
No. I hope they'll come to share my point of view one day.
Do you believe in a blood...
I do not believe in much anymore, Doctor. But...
What do you... What?
Matt,
Don't-
I-
Is- No.
Let-
And is there... Why? No.
let-
Or what? You... I'm sorry.
It's okay. If you ever find the place, just leave.
Is... Goodbye.
I've never even been to India.
Okay, let's see what...
Good evening. Good evening. You... Thank...
I'm still Tom Watts.
What? Who? You're... How... Doctors aren't immune to...
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in. You're about to save many dry throats.
Okay, warehouse key, new investigation. That's good, that's good.
Sabrina seems very fond of you.
I like her too.
What is bothering you, then?
Wait, do you need something? No, you're healthy.
Goodbye.
You healthy as fuck, though. She needs 3 as well, but she's healthy. This guy is recovering.
These are good drinks just as likely
Oh, he's eating now.
as to solve one.
Good evening.
What?
Good evening, what? Alright, I don't think he's recovered that fast, but still. Alright, so we got a house docks. We got a few other places to check in here. There you go, no. That's a good looking fella.
Hello, boy.
Hello. Good evening.
Did I scare you? You have nothing to fear from me.
No, it's just that people prefer to avoid me.
Well, I won't. I'm a doctor.
Oh, avoid him, huh?
My name is Rufus, sir. Rufus Kingsbury.
And I can mesmerize him. Ooh, tell me, Rufus, about yourself.
What can you tell me about this region?
It's all about staying out of trouble. But since most people prefer to avoid me, it's pretty easy.
Why avoid?
Why do people avoid you?
They call me Rufus the Curse. Around here, I'm a bit of a bad luck charm.
Have
Poor
you ever
boy.
thought about leaving?
Where else would I go? At least I know these streets and some people around here. This is my city, for better or worse.
What do you do around here, Rufus?
I listen to the news on the docks, sir. And I smile at those kind enough to spare me a bob.
Do you have a job?
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work, what with my head and all. Since I was a boy, I've always had trouble remembering what I do and why I do it.
What do people say about this place?
Things have been tense between the wet boot boys and the communists.
Alright.
They both feel they should run.
Yeah, we do. And so you got this shit.
Do you need help?
A real
A real
I don't know what to say. Thank you.
You are welcome, my young friend. 1000 experience, that's a lot. Should we mesmerize this lad?
Are you alone?
I don't have any.
So you have no home?
No. I mean, yes. I live on the street.
Should be careful.
You should be careful, Rufus. There are things that lurk in the shadows of this city. Things that prey on the lonely and the desperate.
Well, I've known worse. I'm not all alone. I have Mrs. Fishburne. She's been very kind to me.
Why do you think she's so considerate?
I can't say, sir. I guess she's a good soul. Sometimes it's like she replaces the mother I lost, even if we're not related.
Alright, let's go find this miss, and then
So
then
long.
perhaps we can actually eat the young fella. There she is. There's the good lady.
Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed. Could I come in?
Why? What do you want?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital. I'm investigating the flu epidemic in this area.
Oh, the Spanish flu. Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor. But this is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes, indeed. Why not let a doctor in?
Why not, right? Can he be possibly dangerous?
Remember the last time I had a good sleep? I've been nothing but worry.
I know, right? Alright. First off, we're just gonna rob the place. Because that's what we do in games like that. Just basically robbing an old woman. Jesus, I feel horrible, but I love this game so much. You're supposed to be a vampire, right? I mean, you can choose always to, you know, avoid these things and all that. She seems healthy and also gives a lot of experience. Alright, miss, let's
So
start.
you have questions about the flu then?
Oh, I love the camera angle.
Yes, among other things.
Oh, I can actually
Forgive
adjust
my
it.
rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like strangers coming in the house.
Alright, your life in London, miss.
How is life around here?
Life has always been hard in the East End. But it's everywhere nowadays, isn't it?
Guess so. I can actually mesmerize her. Oh, that's so cool. We don't know.
Do you think the increase in violence has anything to do with the epidemic?
Don't know. But it's most likely linked to the gangs, if you ask me. Recently, it's like everyone has had to pick a side.
Violence has always fed on poverty, don't you think? It's a cruel law of the human condition.
And selfishness is their rotten fruit. These days, you can just die in the gutter, and no one will bat an eye.
Alright, what do you
May I ask what you do for a living, Mrs. Fishburne?
do for a living?
Since my husband died, I worked at the Dawson Rope factory, but it closed before the war. I occasionally help at the night asylum, in exchange for food.
I see. Alright, your husband.
Did your husband die in the war?
Oh no, my Jack was a docker. He died when my Seymour was just a lad. The poor boy saw his dad slip and fall from that scaffolding.
Wow.
How do you pay the rent, then?
My Seymour works at the docks, just like his dad. He's very attached to the house he grew up in. It's not always easy, but we get by all right.
Alright.
The orphan that regards you as a mother. Please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even more for the poor boy. Most people are so selfish.
But you're not.
Years may have passed, but I haven't forgotten how it feels to go through days with nothing but an empty stomach.
Well, anything personal? Nothing. Just.
Goodbye, Miss...
So she has a son. We got a Rufus. No, not
Let's grow
Rufus.
eyes in the back of...
What was the name of this dude? Yeah, I guess that's the son. We gotta find the sun and perhaps then... Wait, is he diseased? No, he's recovering. Let's give him some time to recover. Meanwhile, we can actually try and find the sun. Looks at the docks, I'm guessing somewhere around in here. Hi. Anything? Screw. Well, screw you too. Yeah, that's the dude. Unknown gentleman. A drunk, maybe? A solo victim? Nobody to care for him? Or anything?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Why must it always be a good evening?
I was just being polite. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you some questions, if I may.
Don't like questions. Or doctors. And the name is Seymour Fishburne.
Oh, that's
you
the...
must know.
There you go. Your life in London, sir.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
A shithole filled with maggots. Liars and thieves, all of them.
Are you thinking about someone in particular?
Nope. Hate them all. Especially these petty, whining little shitbag beggars.
Is there no one who deserves your leniency, then?
Well, Tom from our local is somewhat of a decent bloke. At least, unlike most maggots, he knows how to listen without opening his trap.
What's your occupation?
I take care of my mum. That's what I do. She's the only good thing in my life. Even though I don't treat her so good.
So see what I'm talking about? You gotta... Oh, how's it cold?
Do you require... I don't know.
And is it your purpose as...
What's your...
I take...
You... Sometimes it's hard to be a good son.
I just want her to smile. No, I was thankful for her patience, appreciated like... God knows she...
So basically what I'm saying is, see how everything is connected? This guy is connected to the woman is connected to the boy outside, and the boy outside is connected to the woman. So basically, if you do something to the boy, it goes back to the woman, and then the woman to the son, and son to the entire city and all that stuff, right? And basically you gotta make sure you trace everything properly, I guess, and make sure you don't miss any hints. And if you're about to eliminate someone, you make sure to eliminate everything properly. Oh, I see a red thing here. What is that? What's this place? Oh, this is the place where I came from. Alright. So we got this guy there. So we got beggars. That's good. You gotta find a beggar. Ooh. Well, that's curious. Isn't it?
This is a slaughterhouse.
What the hell is that place? Oh.
It's locked.
Of course it is. So a bunch of corpses. From Seymour to my beloved mother Stella. What?
From Seymour to my beloved mother Stella. Fishburne, that sneaky bastard.
Wait, what? What did you find about him? Nothing here. Fishburne. Kingsley. Did he kill someone? Is that a homeless person he killed or something? That's the place. Yeah, that's the place where we came from.
To every night, a darkness.
Good evening.
Yeah.
I have retrieved the gift for your mother, sir.
Great. Give it here then and take this for your trouble.
I also found the corpses. The ones under which you left the necklace, Mr. Fishburne.
Ah, so that's where I left it. I can be a bit stupid sometimes.
I want to try to understand.
As a man of science, I'd like to try to understand why you killed those people.
Why does there need to be a reason? They were just there. It happened. That's all.
You're not a mindless animal, Seymour. Surely you have something to say about these murders. Speak up and I will listen without judgment.
Could be right, Dr. Reed. Maybe it'll do some good to confide in a gentleman like you. You being educated and all.
Tell me about your victims, Seymour. Who were they? Why them? Was there a link?
Why should there be? They just kept getting on my nerves at the worst times, that's all.
How many? How many victims?
It's not like I keep records. It happens when it happens.
So this guy's a
You
monster,
feel
basically,
nothing,
yeah?
do you?
You seem pretty calm yourself, don't you?
We're not talking about me.
That right? Well, our calm's the only thing we have in common then.
Did you take pleasure in killing them?
I take no pleasure from it. Just gives me peace. Stills the anger. For a time.
This rage you feel. Have you...
I tried. For my mum. I tried for her. Telling the truth made me feel better. For a while.
Don't you think...
No. And don't dare speak about me to your colleagues either. Keep...
Why is your mother protecting you, Seymour?
I'm her son. She's the only one who knows me. Sometimes I think she knows me better than I know myself.
I understand you love her, but can't you see the awful situation you've put her in?
Do you think my mum would have a better life if I were dead? She seems so sad to know me sometimes.
Death is an appropriate punishment for your crimes, Seymour Fishburne. Cherish every day that you spend as a free man.
It might be my mum's wish that I end up swinging from a hangman's noose. But she wouldn't want to be the one who ties a knot round my neck.
Ooh, that's actually good.
Goodbye,
That's
mister.
actually good. So we can talk to the woman again. See what's what, right? Okay, this guy's still recovering. She's sleeping? Yeah.
Some call this the bad part of town.
Good evening, Mrs. Fish.
Of course.
Of course, Dr. Reed.
I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries people. What can I do for you, Doctor?
Your son.
One night, he told me straight up.
Why did he
No. I guess he wanted his old mum to help him fight his,
Did Seymour tell you...
more than I could stand. The words he used to describe his...
Stella, I know you are ashamed of your son's crimes. So why do you protect Seymour?
I can't report my own son, can I?
Burden?
They'd hang him for sure.
This must stop. Can't protect him forever.
I understand your pain.
If someone ever found the courage to speak to the police, I will take my share.
Tell me about these demons. Seymour needs your help.
Seymour used to be such a happy...
All men and women are born innocent, Mrs. Fishburne. But there can be a monster within.
Do you think he can be cured, Doctor?
He's fully responsible. Justice is the cure. The human mind is a mystery.
Science.
There ain't no hope, then.
Good.
Alright, so I guess... can't find a way to, you know...
Please don't stay too long, sir.
Alright, so that's pretty cool as far we found. All we need is actually the mesmer power to be 3, so we can actually start their slaughter. Until then... Oh, look at this guy. All good. Yeah, don't worry about me, buddy. Those are just powers that I have. Alright, let's get some extra shit. Exactly, some more fatigue, just in case. Okay, let's go on. Actually, I'm gonna end the episode here, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm really enjoying this game. This game is absolutely amazing. And as always, I'll see you all with the next one.